Today, we'll have a review of an essay on G.K. Chesterton's prose style as revealed in one of his famous essays on running after one's hat. The essay, and as usual, is prepared in 5 paragraphs. Of course, the first paragraph is the introduction, and the 5th paragraph is the conclusion, and 3 paragraphs forming the body of the essay. G.K. Chesterton, the Prince of Paradox, he is fondly called the Prince of Paradox, is a versatile and prolific writer. Well, he has written on a variety of topics, versatile, and produced a large volume, prolific. The scope of his interests embraced almost every aspect of contemporary life. He wrote essays on every topic under the sun. For 35 years, he regularly wrote informal essays within the space limitations of a newspaper column. He contributed immensely to the famous newspaper Daily News, published from London, and also the magazine, the Illustrated London News. So for about 35 years, he went on contributing essays. His informal essays provide a comprehensive presentation of his views. Remember, almost all his essays are very, very informal. They are not formal essays, and they present his most of all the essays. They present his ideas, his views on various topics under the sun. Paragraph number 2. This is the first paragraph of the body. Chesterton is seldom serious. He never writes about a serious topic. Occasionally, he conveys his serious points through fantasy, imaginary things. He conveys serious points through highly imaginative, imaginary things. His most common tone is mildly satirical. He holds up the weaknesses, the vices of the human beings, of the society, for ridicule, satire. He shows that pure reason has severe limitations and imposes certain penalties. It is clear thinking that enables him to recognize the importance of nonsense. The importance of nonsense. You see, it is clear thinking. Now, usually, what we consider as nonsense, to Chesterton, it was sense. It made a lot of sense. And he has a different opinion about nonsense. He feigns lunacy. Lunacy is madness. He pretends to be mad momentarily as a lever for insight into the nature and practice of sanity. Well, sometimes, usually we consider some people as mad, but for him, they are not mad. A sane man, a man who has a very, very clear mind, not mad, sane in his views. A sane man is a person who, in a single moment, at the same time, could have tragedy in his heart and a comedy in his head. It is the seeming lightness of his essays that makes his insights more bearable and lasting. Paragraph number 3. Chesterton's technique is transparent, is very, very transparent, very clear. His use of rhetorical devices is very, very impressive. His use of language to evoke emotions in speakers as well as readers. The devices that he uses, the devices of language, rhetorical devices. He makes us aware of certain devices only to capture us with others that operate simultaneously. He often ends a thought in a characteristic epigrammatic way, epigram, epigrammatic, very terse and pithy. In the epigram, in the terse, short and brief sentence, which is full of pregnant with meaning, he would plant a brilliant paradox because he is known as the master of paradoxes. His paradoxes are often inverted truisms. That is a statement of a truth, something that is true, which is nothing new. His paradoxes are often inverted truisms. Each essay, every essay written by G.K. Chesterton is a necklace, a necklace like a necklace made of pearls, full of ideas, after idea of such paradoxes. And the informal essay, this is the third paragraph, is to prose. The informal essay is to prose what the lyric is to poetry. Informal essay is more beautiful, is more appealing than formal essay. So the informal essay is to prose is what the lyric is to poetry. Chesterton's commanding his style, I always felt, sometimes he makes a statement, I always felt like that. He begins to say something like this, I always felt, something very, very commanding. He is overwhelming. It is very, very powerful. He is constantly setting the reader straight. He takes up the role of an advisor. The reader straight, advising, scolding, cautioning him. He gives him caution. He gives him, sometimes he cautions him, balancing his aggression with an amiably ironical attitude toward himself. His exuberance, well, is full of vigor and vitality, frank enthusiasm, vigor, power, robustness, and masculine high spirits reveal a strong man. Well, he was a very fat, robust man. He was a man of fine feeling. The mainspring of most of his essays is a personal experience. His most appealing characteristic is his belief in the importance of a romantic attitude. This is the last concluding paragraph. No essayist of the 20th century is more entertaining than Chesterton. He was perhaps one of the most entertaining essayists of the 20th century. His essays are most often filled with humor and paradox. They are very light, but pregnant with ideas. They are very light. The essays are very light, delightful, and philosophical. Chesterton gave to the essay a form. The essay, the genre essay, was given a form that was light and a thought that was heavy. So his essays are seemingly light, apparently light, but it is filled with, it is full of, interspersed with ideas and thoughts. Chesterton has carved a niche for himself in English literature. He has a place for himself. Well, this is the end of the essay on Chesterton's prose style as revealed in On Running After One's Hat. Thank you.